I'm Masjuita Hamzah. I'm an architect. I'm a practicing architect, and I'm 52 years old. It was my husband who felt there was some lump, something hard on my right breast. And then I actually remembered I had some discharge coming out from the right breast. I thought that was quite normal. Apparently that was the start in 2009. So that's my whole t-shirt was, there's a discharge. So whatever it is, I just left it aside because I thought that was something going on in my body. I was going through menopause and things like that. So I was thinking that there's no alarm. But after almost every night I was feeling feverish and things like that. Then I decided to go for to the National Cancer Institute to do a checkup. So that was the first move that I did in 2010, early 2010, or late 2009. So that was the time I was a bit free. So I just inquire from them what they can do checkup for us. They did a mammogram, and they did this scan through what was that? So they thought there's a suspicious protein across the right side of the breast. So they recommended me to go to the hospital for further investigation. I called a few specialist friends of mine in HKL. So they asked me to come. They give me an immediate date to come. So what they did at HKL was, the first thing they did was to do a biopsy. So the first biopsy results was benign. That was because later I found out that why it was benign, because they just start poking my breast. So of course, when they start poking my breast, they would introduce infection to me. So the second biopsy, they asked me to come for a second biopsy. So they probed 2 areas. So the results came back as malignant. So later I found out that if you start doing biopsy, that was your first introduction to infection. So of course the nature of results will come out different, from benign to malignant. I wasn't shocked because I have a family history of breast cancer patients. My aunties, my late mother, they all succumbed to cancer. So I wasn't surprised. So what I felt was, I wasn't shocked, because then I look back at what happened, where the discharge, and then the feeling, that's hard feeling the breast at the breast. So these are actually early symptoms of cancer. So I accepted. So when I accepted, so I called a few of my specialist friends to check what's the next move. they actually gave me dates to go for the operation, immediate operation, and chemo and for chemo treatment. So it's just that since my aunties and had to go through chemo, so I wasn't very happy about going under the knife and then going to the next stage of treatment, because they were suffering all the way. My late mother did not go for did not go for conventional therapy, because and then she said that she will, never mind, she will just live as long as she can. So she actually lasted longer than my aunties that went through conventional. So then it hit me why my late mother made that decision. There must be some reason. So I have to find out, because this alternative treatment, there must be some ways that we can cure cancer. All my specialist friends, they only can suggest to me the conventional method of treatment. Since I wholeheartedly don't believe in conventional treatment, because I see patients suffer during the treatment and whatnot. So I went into the internet. I interviewed a few people, other persons who who has ideas about treatment and whatnot. So the first thing I did was to reverse my diet. So they say that the first thing you must handle cancer is you must not take the things that cancer cells are eating and happy about. So what I did was to reverse my my diet, and then at the same time we tried some other alternative supplements like B17 in the market, apricot seed and whatnot, and then I also try of late ozone treatment and whatnot. So these are alternative treatment that I thought might assist me. It was hard. It was hard to reverse diet, because you see people eating nice things and good things and the things that I like. So the diet was on and off, and it was very difficult. And then the B17 and apricot seeds doesn't actually reduce my. I did have my blood test. So what we did was we checked the cancer marker. It did not improve, because earlier in the first stage, my cancer marker was only 37, but it increases up to 300. So that was quite alarming. So although I tried all this other alternative treatment, I wasn't giving up, because I still believe that there is something out there to assist me. It was quite an adventure for me. During my ozone therapy, we did one blood test, and we found out that I had low blood platelets. So the doctors refused to further do the ozone therapy with me. So he suggested that I go and check with another specialist or alternative treatment somewhere else. He asked to stop doing the therapy because it's aggravating somehow it's affecting my blood platelets, upsetting my other system. So earlier, in my late teens, I was diagnosed with SLE. SLE has we have low blood platelets, high white blood cells and things like that. So it went into remission, but I think that during the times when I was diagnosed with cancer, it aggravated back the condition. So in the first 6 months early this year, my condition worsened, my blood platelets went very low. So I thought if I go to the hospital, straight away they suspect I had dengue. So, you know, there's no point going to the hospital. So I was almost desperate to find out what other alternative there is, because, you know, I've tried reversing my diet. It's very difficult, and then trying to take all kinds of supplements that has no protocol and things like that. So for normal people, it's okay, but for cancer patient, you cannot. Yes, you cannot do that because your condition is already, your whole body system is already taxed. So you have to look at comprehensive treatment. So I was a bit desperate this year, mid this year. So I was almost giving up hope that, you know, I might not be able to find the solutions that I wanted. I still believe that alternative treatment, there is hope there, but you must have a comprehensive treatment, especially in my case, where I have almost 2 conditions that's, you know, aggravating each other. Yes. So I was quite desperate to look for other alternative treatment. A few friends of mine knows that I had cancer, so all of them, in good faith, try to recommend me for several treatment, even the natural healers and things like that. But one of my friends, through word of mouth, that means his auntie went for this. He doesn't know professor, but he heard about professor, and professor treated the auntie, and the auntie was cleared from cancer. So I said, wow. For the first time I heard somebody was cleared from cancer. So I said, finally there's hope, but I have to find out further about this treatment, I said. So he gave me his phone number, and when I called him, he picked up. So that was, I said, after almost three and a half years suffering, I said, okay, I give myself last hope, because I had on the breast was actually swollen already. So most people would say I'm in stage 3 to 4. So it's the last stage. But I believe that even if it's the last stage, if there is a way to handle, to cure it, there might, there's possibilities lah. So that was how I contacted him. Professor Syed was very confident about his treatment, and he calls it his protocol. So I asked him, where did he research? What was his, what made him very confident about his treatment? So he said that he had a long range of research, especially with other counterparts in, in Mexico and things like that, where they actually have hospitals that treat, that give alternative treatment to cancer. So, oh my God, I said, my friend went all the way to Mexico for this treatment, and here you are in KL, saying that you do research with them. So I was quite happy to hear, but I've had a lot of questions for him. So he explained about cancer and how cancer travels in the body and things like that. So I was convinced that he actually, when he does his research, he knows what he's doing. For the first time in my life, I met someone who is comprehensive about his what he proposed for the protocol, and then the first thing he asked to do was a comprehensive blood test. All the doctors I went to see previously do not ask to do a comprehensive blood test. He suspected that my cancer cells are very active, and then that they are already eating into my hemoglobin, and they start eating, they start going into my other organs and things like that. They were alarmed when they saw me having low blood platelets and things like that, and quickly they asked me to go to the hospital. So I said, if you don't have confidence in your alternative treatment, you ask me to go to the hospital, of course my fate is to die in the hospital. So I decided that I do not want to follow their advice, and thank God I met Professor who seems to be very comprehensive about his protocol, what he's going to give me and things like that. So when I went for the blood test, he reviewed my condition. So he suspected that because during that time I was already slurring. My speech was impaired. I can feel that my tongue is slightly impaired. You want to say something, but something else come out. So I said it's really critical. This stage is really critical. He recommended me on the fast-track protocol, which is a 19-day protocol. And on the 24th day, I was to go for the blood test to see what happens after taking the 19-day protocol. So this fast track has, he explained to me that it detox my body and my condition whatever condition I have, so the imbalance of condition and things like that, so it will attack there. So he said that I will vomit, I will purge and things like that, because that's the fastest way the body can detox cancer cells. So yes, exactly, that's what I felt. You can almost give up because, you know, you were vomiting, you were purging and things like that. So, but I held on. I started vomiting on the second day, and then on the seventh day I stopped vomiting, but the purging went on from the second day, third day. It went on until almost the 19th day. So I was happy. Once this condition happens, I said there must be something right, because, you know, you actually all these things happen to your body, and it should be, that's a normal way for you to get rid of toxic in your body. So we continued the 19-day protocol, and then on the 24th day I went for my blood test results. I didn't feel better, but I felt that my whole body system suddenly, you know, during detox, I lost appetite. So because you were vomiting and things like that, so I lost a lot of weight. So during the protocol, in a way, I should say I feel better, because the condition before that was, you do not know what's happening to your body. You think you're well, but you're not well. So he asked me for the second, a continuation of the treatment, but it's normal track. So he said that the next stage is to repair my body. So during this repairing of the body, I felt better. Because after you got rid of most of the bad things in your system, then I felt better. I felt stronger. I have better appetite and things like that. And I went for my second blood test, and the cancer marker went down all the way to 100. From 200 something, it went all the way to 100, which is quite positive. And some of my readings for infection and things like that almost went to normal. A lot of my blood test results came back that it's going towards a healthy. So professor said that I am out of critical condition, so let my body repair further, because I have left it a long time before I actually took all these supplements. The results straight away indicated my cancer marker went down. So, but I still had other conditions happening to me. My platelets were still low, but it has increased from 37,000, it increases to 60,000 and things like that. So it was still low, but at least it shows the movement in my body is improving, slowly improving. Because the first 19 days, considering how many years I had cancer, so the 19-day protocol was, to me, quite a success, because I had good reaction to the protocol. Okay, to all cancer patients, I went for alternative because I do not believe in chemotherapy and things like that. So I never actually tested the conventional treatment. I believe that after you're 35 years old and after you start having menopause, your body actually start deteriorating. So I believe that this indicates that you have to supplement back most of the things that your body naturally give before in your early age. So in your later age, you've got to supplement. You have to add the things that are deficient in your system. So of course, I have always believed in alternative treatment. So this treatment, the 19-day protocol, gives hope because it has the supplements that he gave was very comprehensive. It attacks the cancer cells, kills the cancer cells, and then it also complements our liver system. I have bone meal and things like that to add to my low blood platelets. So the treatment is more comprehensive, and I believe there is hope for me towards being healthy again. So I would recommend this treatment to most cancer patients, but it is a personal choice. So if you choose to go for conventional, you must know what it does to your body. You must have knowledge about what it does to your body. At the same time, for you to go for alternative treatment, you must endow yourself with knowledge so that you know what is it that you're taking, why you're taking these supplements. So knowledge base is very important for me. And to me, you should not let anybody dictate you to whichever treatment you prefer. But so far, from what I've heard from other patients and things like that, his treatment is very comprehensive, and his treatment can actually heal them back to normal health. So it is good, it is hope for cancer patients, but I can't speak for them. They have to research themselves. I'm happy to share the things that I go through with all of you, and I think it's hope for everybody. Thank you.